Guys, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for coming back and having another look at one of my videos. If you haven't already subscribed, please do. It's helping my channel grow. I've had some really good growth recently, so thank you to everyone who's watched that so far. I've come down to Monk Lakes today to do a bit of method feeder fishing, where I'm just going to be basically 2mm pellets and then some of the new ringers baits, hook baits and glazes. Basically run you through it before. You've seen it in a few of my videos. My favourite 2mm concoction is the Swim Stem F1 and the Ringers Micros. So they're the 2mm pellets that I use in the hybrid feeder. And then the bits and pieces I've added to that, I've had a little bit of Ringers Orange Boilie Crush. I'm sure you've all seen this on the Guru Underwater video. And then we have got some Slims 10mm and the new Ringers Duo 6 and 10 size mill. I'll show you these up close in a little bit, but they're really bright yellow and orange, so should stick out well against the pellets and the Boilie Crush. And then I've got 3 glazes. I've got the Banana Rama glaze, we've got the chocolate orange glaze, and then we've also got the FX glaze. This one already is my favourite, so let's see how we get on, guys. Thanks for coming back to the channel. So, rod choice today, I've got an 11-foot Guru Aventus, which I'm going to be fishing out a bit further out, so probably 30-40 metres plus. A 10-foot would do it, but if I want to go chase a bit further towards the opposite, where the opposite pegs are, then I'm just going to need that to punch out. Hopefully I won't need to. And then I've got the wicked brilliant little N-gauge 9-foot feeder for down the edge, pole line, and just across to these other reeds in front of me. Setups are identical, both featuring 8-pound Guru Pulse Pro, 019 4-inch hook length, attached to the hybrid feeder, and I'm using a size 10 QM1, and both of those have got bayonets on them, so I can obviously put the boilies on there and the wafters. So that's the setup. Both identical reel lines, identical. So the hybrid feeder size, if you need to know, guys, is a 24 gram. I have got a 28 gram on the 11-footer just to be able to punch a bit further, and I can go up a weight obviously if I need to go out further again. So that's the weapons for today. And as you can see, I'm just basically come down here for a little session, sitting in my chair, no seat box, got my 2mm pellets ready to go. So let's give it a go, guys, and see what we can catch. Okay, guys, first chuck. Like normal, guys, make sure you get that tip under the water and get that line sunk. So I'm fishing on the point. It's a point of reeds out here. You can't go right up close to them because there's some stick ups that go out another 5 feet. So you've got to be 5 to 6 feet off of the tall reeds, and then you're sort of in the safe water. And you're looking about 4 foot, 3.5, 4 foot of water there. Some bits are a little bit more shallower. So could get away with a method, but just going to use the hybrid and see what happens for a little while. Got fish in front of me, pole line already, so where that little bit of wind over the top, hopefully it's not interfering with the sound too much. And it's starting to warm up. It's about 6 degrees when I got here. It's about 11 o'clock now. It's around about 10 now, so but it's meant to get up to about 12 or 13. So hopefully, guys, we should winkle a few out after all the up and down temperatures and the cold and the wet the other day, a lot of rain. So I'm getting indication straight away, guys. There we go, guys, we're in. First fish nearly pulled the rod off the rest. Feels like a half decent fish. Definitely clearly waking up now, guys. Hopefully you can see that 11-foot Aventus being bent around in the camera. Definitely got the hump this fish. Made a good first run. So that was the 2mm pellets with the new duo hook bait from Ringers. First bite. I haven't put the glaze on yet. I don't think it's a massive fish, but it's definitely a spirited one. Getting to pop up, there he is, nice common. There we go guys, first fish of the day, happy days. Yeah, perfectly hooked in the bottom of the mouth. See if we can hold him up for you. See if he's going to be in the mood for it. There you go guys, first fish, happy days. That's always a bonus, first cast, first fish. So let's get back out there guys, see if we can get another one. Again, just get that line sunk. Don't move the feeder, keep it out in front of you. Don't drag it to the left, because you just drag that feeder out of position. And as you've seen in the underwater footage, you end up pulling the hook bait out if you do that. Just want to let it hit the deck. You'll feel it hit the deck, and then just leave it there. Lay the rod down on the rest, but just touching the water, and you'll see the line track back across, and that's it. Obviously, anyone that's done this for a while, you all know that. That's just a little tip for anyone watching that's new to this sort of fishing. And this is method feeder fishing, by the way guys. So probably one of the most popular forms of feeder fishing in the country at the moment. Probably going to keep the cast to about 10 minutes today. So 10-15 minutes tops, because that one's come quite quick. And then just see what happens. So I'm only using the small Guru hybrid today, because yeah, you could risk it and go a bit bigger and put a real better bait down there, but I don't want to be putting too much bait in the swim, and I only want a couple of fish if they are up for feeding in at a time. So I've got more chance of hooking them than drawing loads of fish in and having liners and bits being wafted everywhere. So this is a bit of a bigger knock. I think these are definitely liners at the moment. It will drop back again. It's either that or a smaller fish is moving about with it. The bigger fish in here, they just slam it round, so you know when it's one of them. I think this may be a small fish. There we go guys. Yeah, definitely a small fish. I should have hit that a lot sooner really, so there's a lesson for you. But it's so hard, it's just like, after watching them Guru videos the other day, which has totally blown my mind, and the amount of times the fish come in, pick the bait up, and you don't even know. It's only a small fish, this one, but still a fish. So they're certainly, hopefully waking up now. It's April. Yep, little common, perfectly hooked in the bottom lip again. QM1's doing the job. Honestly guys, if you're fishing the method with a hybrid or a method feeder, then the QM1 is the way to go. I don't know if you'll see that guys, but there she is, perfectly nailed in the bottom lip. Make sure you squeeze them pellets with the back of your thumb, palm of your hand. You don't want them coming out and impacting the water again, but feather the cast. Again, for the beginners, rod length roughly. Feeder wants to be about half of that length, so for this about 5 foot. Back behind you, look forward, pull in with the left arm, hit the clip, drop, and she's in. Again, let that line settle. So both those fish so far have come on a 10mm Ringers Duo wafter. That's the yellow and orange ones. As I said at the beginning, I will show you these up close, these baits, so you can get a real good look at them. They mount on a bayonet really easily. They're soft, but not too soft as they'll come off easily. But also not too bullet hard that you end up bending your bayonet trying to get it in the bait. Which unfortunately some baits do that and is a right pain. And little indications again, guys. There's definitely fish in the area. But sometimes also a little tip for anyone getting into this sort of fishing again, or anyone still learning about it, is when you get these indications, if you're not picking up the fish or bites, sometimes it can be liners and it means the fish are closer to you. So sometimes just come back like 5 foot and then try again, and then you might get a bite, and then go back a little bit further. If you're still not getting bites, then go back to your original position. And just try messing around with baits and stuff. It's not to say there isn't fish there. The line's gone slack again, guys. I think you've got another little fish might have took this. No, there's a liner this time. Just reset that tip. I only like a little tiny bend in my tips. I don't like these really like massive arcs in them. Just honestly, when you get these bites, 9 times out of 10, it's going to yank it round. So you don't need to have this big bend in your quiver tip. Usually when I've had that sort of thing, like a drop back, could mean that it's a fouled take. So I'd usually give it 5 minutes, then I'd bring it in. Well, I say 5, but sometimes between 2 and 5 minutes. Depends if I'm in a competition or not. And then I'd get back out and reset. Especially again, like after watching these underwater videos by Guru, it's like, you saw how much of them fish, when they spook off on a foul take, it blows everything out the feeder all over the swim. So then it's literally just your hook bait out there, and the chances are that if them fish want to feed off the micros and they're just taking your wafter at the same time without even really knowing, or then it really depends, or they may be up for nailing that particular hook bait that you've got on, but do you risk it? And it's just trying to work that out. Which you can do by changing hook baits, and then if the hook bait one colour brings you more fish, then perhaps they are singling that hook bait out. I'm going to do a few other videos where I'm going to eat fish corn and also meat as hook baits as well, just to see. So there'll be a static bottom bait, that will be, other than a wafter, just to see. But I'll probably fish that on a method and maybe down the edge with those, with ground bait or pellets, or a combination of the two. So that'll be another video as well coming up, guys. So keep your eyes out for that, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss it. Still little indications there, so there's definitely fish about still. As I was reeling in, there was a fish on there, so clearly that drop back was a take that I've missed. Again, it's a little fish, so it's definitely these little fish that are doing these more drop back type faint little takes. Again, bottom lip. Take the bail arm off. There you go. Again, guys, nailed in the bottom lip. There's the Duo wafter. Little knocks again, guys. To me, that's generally fish near your line or they're around that feeder bowl, and they're just skirting round, and that's where you get these little tremors up your line. Here we go, guys. That was a line bite that time, massive line bite. So that's like when the fish has gone through the line, or it's picked it up and spooked and caught the line on the way out. So now again, I'd give it a couple of minutes and then probably recast, because no doubt that feeder's been pulled all over the place, and the hook bait is definitely out of the hybrid feeder bowl and probably the 4 inches away from it. But if there's still fish milling around them micros, we've still got chance of a take. So I'd always leave it a couple of minutes. Sometimes I couldn't leave it that long if I was in a match, just because the way my head works, that I'd feel that I'd have to reset the trap. But for anyone pleasure fishing, it's about having real good and fun and enjoyment. Not that you don't with match fishing, it's just a bit more pressure based. So you feel like your head, the gears are clicking in your brain going, oh, I should reset, I should reset, I should reset. Here we go, guys, little knock again. It's drop back. I'm hitting that. Here we go, guys. A little drop back again, so I envisage this is going to be a smaller fish again. But I say, all good fun. We're getting bites. Just coming out of the cold season, so it's good to see some of the fish are waking up. I think this fish has had an injection of small fish. I've not fished it for a while. So naps on the pink slim this time. It's a little small common. Again though, with the curing one, no matter what size they are, they is nailed in the bottom lip. There's a little pink slim. See if we can get another one, guys. Again, nice slack tip, enables you to see everything that's going on. Like that fish there, literally the tip just went flong dong, just a tiny little bend in it, and it just went completely flat. You saw the line just droop, and that's when I struck that time, because the last two had done that and I thought they were just line bites, so decided to hit that one, and it was clearly had taken the bait and it was moving towards me with the hook in its mouth. Definitely seeing some fish on the surface today, guys. So sometimes what you do get, it's trying to get them fish that are milling around on the surface to go down for the bait. So what you can do, which I haven't got with me today unfortunately, is like some 6 or 8 mil pellets and ping them over the top to try and bring them fish down. Not loads, you're trying to bring the fish up, just the odd couple and the noise and them falling through the water, or go up a feeder size might help, and just all regular casting. So but we're gonna stick at it. In the next cast we're gonna put a bit of the glaze on and just see if that has any effect. Here we go, guys, we're in. Another fish. It's a little one again this time. Don't worry guys, I'm not being shot, it's just a bird scarer. So even these little fish, but this is why I like these Aventus rods as well, they just suck up all these little lunges from even the smallest fish. No chance of hook pulls. Bottom lip again. The rig is working perfectly, which is a great sign. So guys, basically I've been fishing this hybrid feeder today. This is what I've been doing. So the 2 mils ringers with the orange boilie crush in it. Little layer of that in first. Then my duo or my slim pushed in there with a bend of the hook facing up towards the shaft where the elastic is, and then a little bit more over the top, a little bit more, and then basically with this part of my thumb just compressing that into the hybrid feeder, tied it up a little bit, and there we go. And then just the caramel glaze over the top like that, and she's ready to go, guys. Happy days. A little bit of pellet in the bottom of the bowl. Make sure that hook's up. The curve of the hook is up going towards the stem, and then lay your wafter in there or your slim, more pellet over the top, and compress it in with literally the ball part of your thumb. Make sure it's all there and just trim any little bits off the side. And then the glaze is simple to use, and just literally squeeze a bit on there on the top. So you can put it inside the first on top of the first layer, so it's encased in the feeder, but I'm just trying to do it so if it will draw any other bigger fish into the area. Exactly on the tip of them reeds again. It's where we want to be. I think that's why a lot of the small fish are there. They feel more safer from predators such as birds above them and that. I'm sure there would be bigger fish as well, because they're natural fish holding areas. I can see some over this side. Not got any indications yet on this cast, guys, so we'll leave it a couple of minutes and then we'll have a recast. Sometimes they can just spook off if they're little fish, or it might mean a bigger fish is starting to mill around. There's definitely bigger fish around on the surface. There we go, guys, little indication, little drop back. Just going to leave this one because I'm not too sure. There we go, guys, we're in. One on the glaze. There we go. Again, I think it's only a smallish fish. But even these little fish, they give a proper good little account of themselves. But again, like normal, just keep the rod low to the water, just reel the fish towards you, and if you feel it wants to go, then let it go, guys. Another little common, this one, a bit bigger than the last couple of small ones. Still, it's a fish, and if you get these going all day long, you still do a good weight. So there we go, bottom lip again. Happy days. Bottom lip again, guys. There you go. Little common, 10mm duo wafter. Just push that straight in, lovely on the bayonet straight away. Again, a little sprinkling of pellets, compress them into the bowl. In goes the wafter and the hook. Just line it up how you want it, and then some more pellet over the top. Give that a real good squeeze in there, because the water's going to go through the side vents of the hybrid and push that pellets out. Well, I'm sure you've seen on the videos, but if you haven't, that's how it works. They all puff out and the hook bait's exposed. So let's get back out and have another go. There we go, guys. We're set again. So this is Lake 2 at Monks. I haven't fished it for a while, and it's definitely had some smaller fish put in it. It's got a bit of a drop back bite there, guys. There we go. Another little fish again, I think this time. This one's made a run along the reeds. It's amazing, even like I said earlier on, these little fish, it's just such great fun, and get savage takes and little runs off of them. That was a relatively quick bite at that time. That came on the, let's say, the banana rama glaze. This one's a mirror this time. Little mirror. There we go, guys. He's in bottom lip again as well. Let's get that bayline off. Actually, it's a small ghostie, which is a welcome addition to the catch today. Let's just get that out of the way. But again there, guys, bottom lip, as you can see, QM1's doing the business again. You see that there, guys? QM1 to the maximum. There we go. So little ghost carp, we'll put him back. See if we can get another one. So we put the glaze on again this time. This time I'm going to try a 6mm, because even them 10mm are being sucked in by them smaller fish. As you saw, their mouths can probably fit something the size of 15mm in, if not bigger, guys. So, but we'll see. So first layer of pellets, some of the goo, the glaze. There we go. Stick the hook bait in there, push it into that glaze, then put your second layer over the top, so it's like a glaze sandwich. And then let's have another go. So again, behind you it goes, pull into your chest, hit the clip, drop, in she goes. And get that line down quick. Tiny bit short that time. I'm not going to move it, I'm going to leave it. Just see if them fish pick up on that glaze and hunt the feeder and the hook bait down. Knocks again. So I think the glaze is definitely getting probably bringing fish to the feeder quicker. Here we go, guys, we're in. It's holding us in the reeds, this little fish. It's gone in there, but we've managed to pull him through so far. Managed to get him out. Not a big fish, but that one dived straight into them reeds, that one. Proper clued up little fish, but you saw how quick that was. Definitely got me a quicker bite with a glaze that time. That's what we have been having. This fish is going for a run round the corner now. Just let the rod do its thing. Definitely didn't want to come out of its home, this fish. Just let the, like I said, just let the rod do the work. Need a little fish again. But definitely a quick reaction with the glaze on top this time again. That time, straight after that obviously failed take. Looks like this one's nailed in the bottom lip. And yeah, another small fish, but it's another fish. There you go, guys. Little common, nailed in the bottom lip. There you go. Little common, nailed with a 6mm duo ringers. So let's get out there again, guys. Put that glaze on top again. Banana Rama flavour. Same spot to the edge of the reeds. There we go, guys. Hopefully you'll see on the GoPro, guys, how slack I do have my tip set. And some people just really have it so tight, and I think sometimes that just might aid the fish getting rid of the bait. It feels it and he's just able to throw it. Or the line is just so tight going down to the feeder, the line's kicking up off the bottom, coming down like this to the feeder, rather than if it's slackened off, that 6 to 8 inches behind is more like in like a flat arc going down to it. So that's my feeling anyway. So I'm going to try down the edge now, guys. Again, this is where you really want to keep your line slack. So the fish coming in don't bump into it. So just let your tip be as slack as it can. Might be a little bit early to come inside yet, so if not, we're going to go out round about pole line range in front of us. And also on these, closer in on these reeds over here, because I've seen a few better fish hovering around there. Here we go, guys, we're in. Edge time. See what I mean, guys? That might not even be a massive fish, but the bites are savage. Got him in front of us now. That little working that little 9-foot engage, lovely. It's not a massive fish, but again, it's a fish down the edge. Savage take on the little 10mm duo. There you go, guys. Happy days. Let's put him back, see if we can get another one. And the trick is, like your pole fishing as well, to feed 2 lines across. I'm going to put another duo on. I'll try a 6mm this time. Just keep changing it about. Just experimenting at the moment. Push that bayonet right up in, just so you can see the little eye where the line goes through. That's what you want left out of it, so it can pivot and move about. And again, just all this is a little underarm cast, guys. And then again, get it on your rest nice and quick and leave it nice and slack, and hopefully we'll get lift off again. There we go, guys, liners. Get him through there. I don't think it's a massive fish, but we got him out of the reeds. That was 2 mils glazed and a pink slim this time. It's only a baby, this one. Definitely the small ones on the deck at the moment. Bottom lip again, no, guys. We got one on stockies, but there she is, nice chunky mirror carp. Happy days. Cheers, so mate. Guys, that's me done today at Monk's. Had loads of like stocky size carp. Managed obviously that big unit at the end. Shame I didn't get it on camera. Sorry about that, guys. Was packing up and just wanted to have one last go, see if I could get one. But yeah, it didn't work out how I wanted it to. The big fish just haven't shown on the lake at all. A couple of other people have had a couple, but the last half an hour looks like they've just started to turn up. So, but unfortunately the fishery's closed and I've got to go. Otherwise I'd have stayed. But thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.